if I told women to wait till they're 30 to have kids,
Hmm.
would it just still be the same argument of the women potentially having a miscarriage after 30? The
What do
same
you
would apply.
mean?
The same issue or chance or likelihood or whatever of having a miscarriage between 18 and 25 applies to the women between 30 and 40, right?
That's not what you were saying.
I never
What your point
purpose,
was
the purpose
is
of what I
that
was
when
saying
you
was
wait, the way you made it sound, Darwin, is like a woman having a fertility issue after like mid 20s. That's her fault because she didn't have a kid at 18 to 23.
That's not what
That
you
was
said.
your sum of the shit that
that's
you were
what
pretty much
you
saying.
That's not
that's
what
what
he
the way
said.
you heard it, but that's not what I said.
I
So
think men need to stick to
what I
men
said
issues
can be
for that reason.
contextualized by the individual who's listening in the way they want to hear it. And you cannot blame me or burden me for that, how you discern what I'm saying. That's on you. We can have a
I
conversation.
didn't, but that's the difference. I didn't burden you
We
about
can have
it.
a
I
conversation.
didn't check you about it. I didn't say
You,
nothing about it. I
you,
took it to the chin. Now I say I don't give a
no,
shit about what other people feel. They can't take it to the
what
chin.
you're
That's my
supposed
whole
what,
point.
what's healthy for communication is to say, I hear what you said, but based on what you said, this is how I interpret it. Is that what you meant? And then I could have been giving you more
We
further
did
elaborate.
that 2 weeks ago. Darwin, you are always saying something that is highly offensive to women. We did that 2 weeks ago when we had to talk about the 80 versus 20. And you doubled down on it. We told you, is this what you meant? Because it was hurtful. And you doubled down on it.
Well, I
I
need
don't,
to
I
know.
heard you the first time. I accepted it. Now I'm saying I don't give a shit. I don't give
80
a
versus
shit
20.
about people. And now everybody's like, oh my God, she don't care.
Okay,
Oh
Wait,
no.
what?
let's try to stick at one. Let's try to stick on one point at a time. We can get to the 80-20 issue. But the thing,
What
the
do you
comments,
mean, what, Sweeney? My point is if Darwin can say something that is offensive to people, and we have to, women, and we have to take it on the chin, then when I say something, now the men are like, this bitch don't care about men. Oh my
I
God.
didn't first of all, I didn't say that you had to care. What I said was if I can sit there and observe and say you don't care, and I say, hey, look, this is the issue that we have with y'all. Y'all expressed yourselves. If Bruiser said something that y'all did not like, y'all had no issue telling him he said something that y'all did not
And he
like.
doubled down on it.
And that was my ultimate point
so
is
do
that
you
y'all would
want me?
also
Do you expect me to change it
No,
once
that's
you
all I'm saying. I
once you
don't
make me
expect you to
aware?
change it. So why do I need to sit here and have a
Who,
conversation
who
about me
expected?
saying I'm not changing what I'm
Who
saying?
on the panel listening expected you to change your position on how you felt about particular topic?
I don't know. Maybe the man that
So
came up
why are
here
you arguing
and
that?
said, maybe the
damn.
man that came up here and said, if I could get Miss
Maybe you
Laisha to
did.
understand,
You
if
said
I
maybe.
could get Miss Laisha to just see, you can't get me to
You are
see
the
anything.
only
I said
one.
it last week.
You
I
are
didn't
the
give a
only
damn.
one in the entire show that felt that you were expected to change your position on this stuff. Nobody else but you thought that.
He literally said, and I quote, if I can get her to change her perspective, if I can get her to see where I'm coming from, if I can get her to, his entire speech started with directed towards me saying, if he could change the narrative that I had last week.
But he didn't expect it to be changed. He did leave room to reserve the idea that if he was
You're
able to
stuck on the word
articulate
expect.
himself and
I'm
deliver his message like he said he would, that maybe you would change your perspective. But it wasn't expected. It
You're
wasn't
stuck
that,
on the
oh,
word
I'm gonna go in
expect.
here and
I'm telling you how this man came up here with the notion in mind to talk to me about what I
how do you
said last
how do
week.
you
And
feel like
all
he
I'm
spoke
trying to
directly
point
to
out to
you?
Sweeney is how if somebody can say something to me and I can take it to the chin and it be okay, then I don't necessarily feel like when I
Do you
say
feel like you're
something,
taking it on the
whether it
chin?
was bothering somebody or not, I need to be like talked to about it.
Lacey,
You don't
I'm concerned that you don't. I hear you say you should be able to take it on the chin, but do you honestly, genuinely feel like you're taking it on the chin right now?
I did up until I was asked a question because we wouldn't be again. Last week, didn't have to say what I said if I wasn't asked literally to say it. Y'all could have started having a conversation. If you look back at the last couple of weeks that I've been on here, if you notice, what I actually do is I let y'all start talking and then I'll jump in on a talking point that you have. But when somebody literally asks, Alicia, what did you think about what was just said right there? I'm going to tell you exactly what I just want to say about just that one thing. So that's why we're talking about just that one thing right now. But if y'all would have started having an entire conversation without saying, Laisha, what do you think about that one thing? I would have just jumped in on y'all's talking points because that's what I've been doing since I've been coming up here.
Offended when someone asked you, what do you feel about
I
that?
felt offended when somebody asked me, I answered honestly, and then it had to turn into a whole thing. Like, just accept it. That's all I'm saying.
That's the thing,
Accept
though.
it and let it be okay.
I
Nobody
got it.
has to like. That's the
That's it.
problem. Is that just like you don't have to accept what we say. You're free up here. You are free to respond to whatever is being said up here, and whatever way that you're being, whatever way that you want to say it.
Well, y'all told her to be quiet.
Nobody told her to be quiet. Not
That
one
was
person up here
definitely
told her to.
like, we're not going to interrupt him. And so then I started to notice when the not
I
interrupt
agree. I agree
happened,
with you.
it turned into a
It was
2-hour monologue. It felt like a lecture. Like that man was just lecturing me like he had all the knowledge and the women were expected to just shake our head. And so my response when JR asked me in the back chat, he said, well, why do you feel like it's a lecture? Because this is a conversation that I guess maybe he feels the need to give advice to single women, which doesn't apply to me.
So let me ask
So
you this
now I
question.
don't have nothing to
Let me
say.
let
So
me
I'm
do a check.
good.
Let me do a check, Lacey.
What do y'all want from me?
Do you think that this conversation or this show could have been better if you were allowed or you felt like you could interrupt or respond to him? Because I
Yeah,
agree
because
with
I
you.
feel like
I
he came
agree
up
with
here
you.
specifically to
In
talk to
some
me.
parts of the show, it was more like a hands off, don't interrupt, let him go.
Yes.
And then it make you think like, well, damn, why are we here?
Because he could have done a
Because
one
it makes you
person
feel like
YouTube is
it
all
makes
I'm
you feel like
saying.
it makes you feel like you're coming to be taught if you can't respond because
Okay,
you
you're
probably
hearing me
had
now. Thank you.
I trust I'm a good listener. You probably had 100 rebuttals.
And I just shut
But
up and I let him have it.
because the theme of the show felt like, no, you're not here to rebut, you're here to listen. It made you feel like, well, damn, does my voice even matter? Like I'm the one.
And especially because the way like the way the clip was shown was like I said something. It was offensive to men. So then Sweeney said, well, you said all of like Sweeney's general point was you said all of these terrible things. And so then I felt like the guy then came on the show to be like, let me educate you on why you shouldn't feel that way. I didn't ask you that though, sir. Like respectfully, I
You should have
didn't.
been able to interrupt right then and say, I didn't ask you that, sir.
I've
Right?
already
No,
been
no,
chosen. I don't
no.
need a man to educate me on how to
What's
get a
interesting.
man.
You know
Like,
what's
and that's what
interesting.
he sat up there and did.
I,
He
I
went
I
to
agree.
don't
talk to
want. I don't
women
need to go
about
to bed, so I
how
don't.
to how you're gonna get picked and why you're going through these problems in your 40s. And no shade to you, Bo, or nothing like that. But I'm not in my 40s. I've already been picked. I don't need to be educated by nobody. I don't need my opinion changed. My man liked me like this for 11 years. I'm sure y'all's wives feel the same way if I try to come into y'all's home and be like, this is how you need to be a husband. She'd be looking at me like, what?
You know
You
My
what's
should have
man
interesting.
good.
basically what you're
Hold
saying.
on,
You
Dava.
should have
Hold
been
on,
able to
Dava.
say that.
Hold
You
on,
should have been
Dava.
able to say that to her.
Yes.
Hold
I
on,
agree
That's
with
why I
that.
Dava.
feel jaded right now because I feel
I
like I
agree.
was told, sit down, be quiet, listen to the teacher.
You know
But I
what's.
didn't, I don't need a teacher.
You know what's interesting, and I'm gonna tell you this, Laisha. I get that's may have been how you felt, but that was not what was being told to you.
I
We
can
were
re- I
told,
can
hold
I
on.
can accept that then.
You
Okay.
were being told to respect a brand new guest on the show because I don't know if y'all remember this. Do you remember a couple weeks ago where it was like